Okay, so numbers 1 and 2 wants me to find the scale factor. Remember, scale factor is new over old. So what I want to do is I want to take the new shapes. The arrow shows me the direction it's going in, so the first one is always old, and the second one is new. I want to take any of my sides off the new shape, so I'm going to do 30 from the new shapes and 10 from the old. I divide, and I get a scale factor of 3. I'm going to do the same thing on number 2. First shape is old because of the arrow, and the second one is new. I'm going to do the top numbers 6 and 4. These can simplify. They both divide by 2, so I get 3/2 for my scale factor. Okay. On number 3, it tells me the polygons are similar, and I need to find the value of x. So I can pick any side I want to set up my ratio. I'm going to do, so this is old, this is new. I'm going to pick 8 and 4 for my first set, and then I have to pick the one that matches the x, so I'm going to do 6 and x. Then to solve, I want to cross multiply, so I'm going to do 8 times x, which is 8x, and then 4 times 6, oops. So I have 8x equals 24. I want to divide both sides by 8, and I get x equals 3. Okay. On number 4, I need to be careful. This side matches with this side matches with this side, and the x matches with 15. I can tell because of the way the angles are measured. So this is my old, this is my new. I'm going to do 8 over 12, and then 15 matches up with the x, so I'm going to do 15 over x. I'm going to cross multiply. So I have 12 times 15, and then I have 8 times x. Let me go try my calculator really quick. So then I want to do 12 times 15, and I get 180. Then I want to divide both sides by 8. And I get 22.5. Okay, number 5, I only have 2 sets of numbers to work with. So this is old, this is new. So I'm going to have x over 1.5 equals 8 over 2. Then I'm going to go cross multiply. So I have x times 2, which gives me 2x. And I have 8 times 1.5. Gives me 12. So 2x equals 12. I want to divide by 2. I get x equals 6. Number 6, this is old, this is new. 10 and 6 go together because they're both in between the 1 and 2 angles. And then these are the same because it's between the double angle and the no angle. So I'm going to have 15 over x, go to cross multiply. I get 10x equals, I have 6 times 15. I don't know 6 times 15 off the top of my head. Okay, my calculator says it equals 90. I divide both sides by 10, and I get x equals 9. Okay. Numbers 7 and 8 wants me to use similar right triangles to solve for x. So I have my giant right triangle, where my right angle is at y, and then z and x. So in between y and z is 6, In between z and x is 10, and in between y and x is 8. So that was the big one right here. Then I have the smaller triangle right here, which is y, w, x. I have the little x here and the 8 here. So I want to pick up my matching sides. I'm going to do 8 to 10, and I'm going to do x to 6. I want to cross multiply. So I have 6 times 8, and then I have 10 times x, which is 10x. 6 times 8 is 48, plus 10x. I divide by 10, I get x equals 4.8. Okay, same thing on number 8. I'm going to go ahead and draw my triangles. So I have this big one with 12 and 6. And then I have the small one right here, where x is my tiny side and 6 is my hypotenuse. So then I'm going to set up my proportion. I'm going to have x over 6. This is this x over that 6 equals 6 over 12. And I want to go ahead and cross multiply. I have 12 times x equals 6 times 6. Then I have 12x equals 36. I divide both sides by 12, and I get x equals 3. Okay. When I am working with scale factors, the perimeter, it stays the same for the scale factor. Area is squared. So that's when it gets the exponent of 2. And volume is cubed. So with the exponent of 3. Okay. So number 9 is telling me that I have a rectangular yard. And it has a perimeter of 319. This is the old yard. Then my friends decide they want the exact same fence in their yard. And their fence is what we don't know. And they want it 8/5 the size of mine. So 8/5 is my scale factor. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this up. I have 8/5 equals, I don't know the size of theirs, but I do know the size of mine is 319. So I am going to cross multiply. I have 8 times 319 equals 5x. So then I'm going to do 8 times 319, which gives me 2552. Still equals 5x. I want to divide both sides by 5. I get 510.4 equals x. It wants it rounded to the nearest foot, so it's going to be 510 feet. Okay. Number 10 is telling me the length of two sides of two triangles. So I'm going to draw two triangles. This is old. This is new. It says that the ratio is 6 to 7. And that the larger triangle, I drew mine the same size, is 45. Okay? I didn't bring my light out. Let's make the new one tiny. Okay? So it says the larger one is 45. So what I need to do, because it tells me in squared, I want to square my scale factor. So I get 36 over 49. Then I'm going to take that and set it up for the areas and find them. So I am going to have 36 over 49 equals x for the one I don't know over 45. Then I want to cross multiply 36 times 45, and then will equal 49x. 36 times 45 is 1620, equals 49x, divide by 49, and my calculator gives me 33.06. The problem wants me to round to the nearest tenth, so that's going to be 33.1, and then I was measuring in centimeters squared. Okay. Number 11 gives me a picture of two prisms. It says the volume of the smaller prism is 28 cubic feet. And it wants me to find the volume of the larger prism. So, old, new, and then x is what I'm solving for. So my ratio is going to be 3 over 7. Because I'm doing volume, and it says cubic, I want to cube this number to 3. So 3 to the third power is 27. 7 to the third power, I do not know that one. 343. So then I take my ratio of 27 over 343, and I set it equal to, my new was 28, and my old is what I'm solving for. Then I want to cross multiply. I have 27 times x, and then I have 28 times 343. 28 times 343. So then, that's not on the screen. 960. I divide both sides by 27, and I get x equals 35.5. Repeating. And this is feet cubed.